Potato chips are one of the most popular snack foods globally, consumed by millions every day for their crunch, flavor, and convenience. However, their appealing taste masks a troubling nutritional profile that makes them one of the most harmful processed foods when consumed regularly. Often made from thin slices of white potatoes deep fried in oil and heavily seasoned with salt and artificial flavorings, potato chips are high in calories, unhealthy fats, sodium, and chemical compounds that pose serious risks to long-term health. Despite being marketed as a casual or harmless snack, their regular intake can significantly increase the risk of obesity, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, certain cancers, and even premature death. One of the most immediate and dangerous aspects of potato chips is their energy density. A small serving, just a handful, contains a surprisingly high number of calories, most of which come from fats and refined carbohydrates. These calories are consumed quickly and offer little to no satiety, meaning people often overeat without even realizing it. Unlike whole foods that contain fiber, protein, or water to trigger feelings of fullness, chips bypass the body's natural mechanisms for appetite regulation. This leads to passive overconsumption, making them a significant contributor to weight gain and obesity. Obesity, in turn, is not a superficial or aesthetic issue. It is a chronic disease that damages nearly every organ system. It increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, osteoarthritis, and certain cancers. Studies have shown that frequent consumption of potato chips, more than a few times a week, is directly associated with increased weight gain over time, even in individuals who are otherwise moderately active or eat healthfully in other areas. The combination of high-calorie content and low nutritional value is especially dangerous in this regard. Sodium content in potato chips is another major concern. Excessive salt intake is a leading cause of hypertension, or high blood pressure, a condition that often goes unnoticed until it causes serious health problems. High sodium levels increase the amount of fluid in the blood, forcing the heart to work harder and straining blood vessels. Over time, this leads to damage in the arteries, heart, kidneys, and brain. Chronic high blood pressure significantly increases the risk of heart attacks, strokes, kidney disease, and even cognitive decline. With most people already consuming more sodium than recommended, regularly eating salty snacks like potato chips only makes this public health issue worse. The type of fats used in potato chip production is equally problematic. Many commercial chips are fried in oils that are high in omega-6 polyunsaturated fats or partially hydrogenated oils, which may contain trans fats. Even when trans fats are not listed on the label due to regulatory loopholes, trace amounts may still be present from processing methods. These fats increase LDL cholesterol levels and promote systemic inflammation, both of which are primary drivers of atherosclerosis, a condition where arteries become narrowed and hardened, increasing the risk of heart disease. Additionally, chips are often fried at very high temperatures, which further degrades the oil and creates toxic compounds. One such compound is acrylamide, a potentially cancer-causing substance formed when carbohydrate-rich foods like potatoes are cooked at high temperatures. Acrylamide has been classified as a probable human carcinogen by international health agencies and is especially prevalent in fried potato products, including chips. Though the long-term effects of dietary acrylamide exposure are still being studied, there is enough concern to warrant caution, especially in children and those who eat fried snacks frequently. Moreover, chips often contain artificial flavor enhancers, colorings, and preservatives that may have additional negative effects on health. While individual chemical additives are generally approved for use in small amounts, the cumulative effect of consuming a wide range of processed foods with artificial ingredients has not been thoroughly studied and could contribute to metabolic disruption or hypersensitivity in some individuals. These additives can also interfere with gut health and hormonal balance, especially in vulnerable populations. Nutritionally, potato chips offer virtually nothing of value. They lack fiber, protein, essential vitamins, and minerals, while simultaneously crowding out healthier food choices. In many cases, people snack on chips instead of reaching for nutrient-dense options like fruit, vegetables, nuts, or whole grains. This displacement effect is dangerous because it leads to a diet that is not only calorically excessive but also nutritionally deficient. Over time, This imbalance can weaken the immune system, impair cognitive function, and increase susceptibility to chronic disease. Children and teenagers are particularly at risk, as they are more likely to consume large quantities of chips and other snack foods while their bodies and brains are still developing. Developing a taste for salty, fatty, crunchy snacks at a young age can lead to poor dietary habits that persist into adulthood. This, combined with increasingly sedentary lifestyles, lays the groundwork for early onset of obesity, hypertension, and insulin resistance. Given the addictive nature of these foods, engineered for maximum sensory appeal, it becomes increasingly difficult to moderate intake once they become a regular part of a person's diet. In summary, while potato chips might seem like a harmless indulgence, their health consequences are anything but trivial. The combination of excess calories, unhealthy fats, high sodium, acrylamide, and artificial additives makes them one of the most damaging foods when eaten habitually. Their regular consumption contributes not just to short-term issues like weight gain and digestive discomfort, but also to serious, long-term conditions that can significantly reduce lifespan and quality of life. Replacing chips with healthier snacks like air-popped popcorn, raw vegetables, or unsalted nuts can greatly reduce these risks and support a more balanced, health-promoting diet. The convenience of chips is not worth the health costs they impose. Making a conscious choice to avoid them is an important step toward long-term well-being.